Ladies and gentlemen, it's my great pleasure to introduce to you tonight the Postmaster General, the Honourable C.W. Davidson, and to ask him if he will officially open this new television studio of ours here in Melbourne. But before I do so, I would like to say just two things very briefly. The first, sir, is to express on behalf of the Commission our appreciation of the confidence of your government in entrusting us with the formation and the operation of a national television service. As you know, we have operated sound radio for the last 26 years, and I think it fair to say that we have made some contribution to Australian life. I would only like to assure you that it is our intention to use this new medium in the same useful and significant way as we have done in those years with sound. Second thing I would like to say is this. Over those years, in the structure of broadcasting we have in Australia with its dual system, our relations with our commercial contemporaries have been very happy. And I would express the hope on behalf of the Commission that now we are both in this new medium, that our relations here too in television will be as happy as they have been in sound radio. And now, Mr. Postmaster General, will you please open these studios for us?
Thank you, Sir Richard. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am happy to speak to you tonight from the ABC's new studio building and to congratulate the ABC and the Department of Works on the result of their careful planning, which has made this building such an efficient as well as a pleasing structure. The growth of interest in television during its first 18 months in Melbourne has exceeded all expectations. The number of licenses issued has now reached 120,000, and the total may well pass the 250,000 mark before the end of the year. 40% of the ABC's total hours of transmission in Melbourne has been devoted to Australian programs. These have included 11 plays, opera and ballet programs, and many light entertainment sessions, all featuring local artists. With the use of cine cameras, the programs have included material on our rural industries and on the life of many different parts of the Commonwealth, while the ABC's mobile unit in Melbourne has been used to show viewers our art gallery, the Melbourne Zoo, the Mint, and of course you all remember the outstanding coverage of the Olympic Games, which coincided with the opening of ABV. The building, which I have the pleasure of opening tonight, will contain two main studios, each 80 feet by 60 feet. That is 8 times as big as the one they have been using until now. This building also provides the essential accommodation for the many ancillary services that are a necessary part of the production of programs for TV. Accommodation for technical equipment, for handling films, for making scenery, and so on. I know that the Commission and its staff is determined that these facilities will be used to provide as many opportunities as possible for Australian artists, writers, and composers. They are also determined that these programs will be developed further to provide viewers with attractive entertainment. I hope you will enjoy watching these programs and that they will give you many hours of pleasant entertainment as well as a wider and livelier knowledge of Australia and the outside world. I have much pleasure in now declaring this studio officially open.
Officially, the Governor-General of Australia is representing Her Majesty the Queen of Australia. Dean Thomas welcoming the Prince and the Governor-General too as they move up the steps. The last of the guests to arrive at this memorial service for Mr. Harold Holt.
This must be a sad moment for the Prince of Wales, who has always been so happy on his previous visits to this country. And now, of course, we are awaiting the arrival of the Menzies family at the church, along with Dame Patty.
The crowds turned out in Melbourne this morning to pay their last respects to Sir Henry Winnicky, the state's governor for 8 years and a man respected by all sections of the community.
From the party he quit, from the party he formed, and from the party he opposed. It says a great deal about Don Chipp that his funeral was full of people he spent a career calling bastards.
We are assembled in this cathedral today to pay a last tribute to our beloved friend and comrade, Colonel Sir Ernest Edward Weary Dunlop, AC, CMGOBE.
There was the grandeur of a state funeral, where family, friends, politicians and sportsmen and women came to pay their respects.
And the final team, Australia. And there is Australia's standard bearer, Mervyn Wood. Thousands and thousands of pigeons set free to bear traditionally the news to the nations that the Olympic Games are open and peace shall reign.
The moon is flying high, and somewhere a bird.
When you leave your happy home, when you start leaving your own people, things all seem to go wrong.
And here is your host, Peter Smith. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening and welcome to Fancy Free.
A cannibal by birth, but trained by my humble self to now eat nothing but spinach and to speak our language.
But the Ripponlea studios were still not completed, so these complex productions were broadcast from a temporary studio in a hard hall.
Well, it's in there now, Bruce. Yes. How long has he got to stay there?
For approximately half an hour. Maybe more.
That's a very nice oven, isn't it?
Yes, it's very nice. But with the window, you can see what you're cooking without opening the door, and the inbuilt preheat timer.
Would you like one of these at home, or have you got one?
Oh, we haven't got one, but we'd very much like one. We're trying to talk the family into get one.
I went shopping this morning, and I was so disgusted with what I saw first up, I'm going to be quite specific. The shops I went to, or the shop I went to, there are two in this area, is located in Mitcham Road, Mitcham, at an area they call the Halfway Shopping Centre. Now, I walked into this shop and asked this chap what was his best line of tomatoes. I was shown this line here, and the price, I was told, was 1 and 9. I want you to have a look at them. Rather a revolting sight.
We'll leave the town in ruins, doing our doings tonight.
For the first years, a single outside broadcast van travelled everywhere to cover these events. And of course, there was sport. Some would argue that the main reason for having television is to cover sport. Initially, coverage of all types was possible without restriction.
Melbourne Cups just don't happen, you know. Horses are set for the event many months in advance, and somehow everything is timed to perfection for the afternoon of the first Tuesday in November, when a crowd of approximately 100,000 people will pack this beautiful course.
Sport had not yet become the big business that it is today. In fact, the ABC paid only £25 for the rights to televise cricket in 1957.
Well, Richie, first of all, in true Australian language, may I say good on your cobber, is that right?
Thanks very much indeed, Brian.
Congratulations on winning the Ashes in your first series as captain. You're feeling pretty pleased, are you?
Yes, we're very, very happy. I'm very happy myself. I'm very proud of the boys, and I can assure you they're happy too.
Above the studio, with a view of the floor, is the control gallery. Now, this houses the studio sound control room, situated next to the production area. Here you see from left to right at the control desk, the script assistant, the producer, the vision mixer, and the technical producer.
Ho, 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 it's far away we go, to a land that's far across the sea. Hey, 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 for a little while we'll stay and be home in time for tea.
The same can't be said for the Sheriff of Wattingham.
Terrible man that Sheriff of Wattingham is.
Yes, and he's going to be even more terrible now that we stood up to him.
Yeah, well, somebody has to tell that sheriff where to get off.
Clown! Clown!
Oh, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Putting you in the stocks, Clown.
But I don't want to be put in the stocks.
No, of course you don't. Nobody wants to be put in the stocks.
I can see why.
Midwinter, 22 minutes past 5 on Monday morning, and for Melbourne, the start of another working week. My name's Brian King. We shan't be seeing the dawn for another couple of hours. It's been a fine, still night, and the temperature at the moment is 49 degrees, which is about normal for this time of year. The first tram of the day from the Hannah Street depot. Midwinter in Melbourne, Australia, 24 minutes past 5 on Monday morning.
Look, if we don't get the keg out of the sun, you'll be able to make the tea with the beer.
This would have to be one of the most repeated scenes in Australian television history.
Look, ladies and gentlemen, it's my job to make the toast tonight. I don't know about you lot, but I can't think of a better toast than here's to our town.
I still think it's a bit much Father Kramer attacking our livelihood when he comes in here and drinks himself.
Well, he was hardly launching an all-out war on publicans, lover. If you'd been in church, you would have heard it for yourself. But what he said was bad enough.
Encourage you, Mariana.
You know, there are enough people around today saying it's all right to use drugs. I never thought I'd hear it from a priest.
Well, maybe he smokes it himself.
Afraid he had too great a start on me. Well, perhaps it's for the best. If we brought him to court, he'd only use it as a platform for his speeches and further agitation. So we're well rid of him.
Results of the 5th at Flemington. The punters will be happy, another favourite in.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and the late scratchings for the 6th are there too.
Right.
I'll leave them, Mick. Nobody will know they've been scratched except us.
The blokes will be betting on them. They won't even be running.
Well, that's their bad luck, isn't it? Look, I'm paying a couple of blokes out at the course to send the results in by pigeon so we can divvy up straight away.
Now, that's a service to the punters that the other bookies don't provide, and they don't allow for late scratchings either. I don't see why we should be out of pocket just because of our good organisation.
Men and women.
My God, what's this? My God! Really be expecting trouble. My God!
Without attempting to intermesh either of us with a lower echelon of the other.
Of course.
You take care of the rear, Prime Minister, and I will handle the front.
Okay, no weapons. Fliggy bazookas at home, boys. Anyway, it just might draw attention to us.
Yes, I think it's important, if we're going to dress up as Paul Robeson and break into a church in a nice country town and kidnap a Zao Piggott, I think it's imperative that we don't draw attention to ourselves.
Non potevamo parlare nel mio ufficio. I muri hanno orecchie, anche i telefoni. I servizi segreti. Tra gli altri. Che cosa sta succedendo, Luca? La tua vita è in pericolo se non rallenti questa indagine. La mia vita è sempre in pericolo.
Oh, they have a full suit. Those kids could turn vicious.
We're looking for firearms, remember? Let's not get careless.
Go! Come on! Police! Put your hands up! Come on, get out of bed! Come with me! Come on! Move down! Johnny, you got 2 seconds to get up or we shoot you. Come on! Move! Come on, spread out where I can say them.
We need a car check.
There can be no disputing the claim that the ABC can make drama no one else can afford to make. Not so much in cost as groundbreaking, risk-taking, frontier-pushing, and even daring to fail in the search for quality.
A span of the new Westgate Bridge in Melbourne collapsed today, killing at least 28 people and injuring many others. Rescue crews are digging under piles of twisted metal and wood to try and locate 21 men. This is Bob Wilcox in Melbourne, reporting for ABC viewers in all Australian states. The Victorian Premier, Sir Henry Bolte, announced tonight that a royal commission will investigate the disaster.
Everybody gets to go to the moon.
Me here at last on the ground, you in midair.
I tuned up my shirt front, put in the shirt studs.
Just to be with you, to let our hearts touch. Feel I am close to you. Is that asking too much?
I know I'll never love this way again.
Hello there. Well, remember we talked about this many times. You've got to prune them back around about the end of February, early March. But we can prune them back now, so if you haven't, don't worry about it.
That's birdie putt. Well, it's he mustn't touch it. Look at Ugly. Short as her hand. Now this is his third shot. We'll see what the problem is on this green. Wind blows it down the glassy slope.
Just watch this.
Does a complete right angle turn. Hey. Oh, what a beautifully thought out putt. Now that really just hovered at the edge of the hole for a moment. Look at that.
Kicks it wide towards the wing. Capper, now Thripp, comes through. Bays it is. Bays left foot kick is a goal. What a magnificent kick by Bays. Platten going back to pick him up. Carroll to shoot for goal. Goes for a long one. Up towards full forward. Capper at the back. The mark's been taken in front by Tony Norwood, and it's been paid.
It's Mallett to resume, bowling to Edrich. He's lofted it high in the air. Walters is there and he's out. John Edrich caught Walters from the bowling of Mallett for 82. Mallett takes his third wicket for 34 runs. He's bowling his 8th and final over. And one can rest assured that Edrich will receive a splendid ovation as he leaves the Melbourne cricket ground.
Come, ladies and gentlemen, we have been seated long enough.
Australia, and welcome to the big gig.
Oh wow, freaked me out. I mean, that was just abysmal. Wow. At the moment, Debbie, I'm actually editing this amazing commercial type alternative quiz show called The Price is Irrelevant. It's a comment, you know, it's like a comment.
That's incredible, isn't it?
No, the price is irrelevant.
Now, who are you? There's no need to answer because I can't hear you anyway. We know who you are. You're ABC viewers. You're not interested in the mindless commercial television and its escapism and frivolity. You want thought-provoking, stimulating programs like the ABC provides.
Catney doing? Do it dodgy!
What is it, Dad?
Australia is under a nuclear attack.
Oh, no.
A or B, Margaret?
A, please.
That's a very wise choice. Now, you ready for this? If you fool around with uranium, your blank will drop off. If you fool around with uranium, your blank will drop off.
It's the key to the way the Gagaju lived here. A life tuned to the land and the 6 seasons they recognise.
And down she comes.
I laid on the dune, looked at the sky. When the children were babies, we laid on the hill. I saw you go standing, I saw you go by. You were always so close, still within reach. Skip the next 17 verses, cause they're shit.
Sharon! Where are you? Look me! Sharon!
We played at this place called Largs Pier Hotel, which was quite infamous, and we played there. And not only did we play there, but the fabulous Cold Chisel supported us.
The audience, they play at the club, and the audience, like, were massive, you know, blue singlets, cats, beards. That was the women.
Oh, our home is good, bossy. A land of bounds and nature's gifts, a beauty rich and rare. And history's page, let every stage advance Australia.